Hey everybody, it's Angela here from AsFreeAsYouSee.com, and you have come to the right place. If you are feeling stuck and lost and like you're not living up to your fullest potential, what I do is I help you get unstuck, thrive, and become unstoppable. Today we are talking about how to accept yourself after you have done things that make you feel guilty. And let's face it, all of us have done things that we're not necessarily proud of, that kind of make us feel guilty, that make us feel like we're not really good people. And how can we recover? How can we move on? How can we let these things go when the guilt is eating us alive, right? The guilt is almost like a form of anxiety. It sits on your conscious. You're not really sure if you're a good person. You want to be a good person, but you're not really sure how to navigate all of this, and you want to be able to let these things go, but you feel like you cannot. And it's okay, because you're not alone. So many of us struggle with the emotion of guilt. In fact, it's actually one of the emotions that I clear out for my clients that I work with one-to-one, and they see huge results from it because we release it from your body, we release it from your unconscious mind, allowing you to let go of that unwarranted guilt. But also in my personal life, I have done some serious things that I'm not necessarily proud of, right? I've done things where I've said certain things that I shouldn't have said, where I've done things that I shouldn't have necessarily done, that, I've carried the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I've carried guilt. One of the major examples that most of us experience, especially if you're a mom or you're going to be a mom, is mom guilt, right? Where your kids are seriously tugging at your heartstrings, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I love you, but you have to do these things, and we have to do these things, and I have to work, and I know that you want me, but I've got to be on this call. That's guilt. But those are guilt. How do we accept ourselves when we have these things that we experience that cause these emotions that you're not alone with? And actually, in my personal life and with the lives of my clients that I have been impacting, I have been giving them these tips that will help them accept themselves, regardless of the guilt, regardless of the things that you've done or haven't done, regardless of the things that you said or haven't said that have caused this guilt in your life. The first thing that I want you to do, and you can write a list, you can get your journal out if that's what you want to do, or you can just say it out loud. I feel like writing it helps more things come forward so that you can be totally and completely aware. But I want you to acknowledge all of the things that make you feel guilty. And this means that you have to get really honest with yourself. You can't just, I'm not really sure if that makes me feel guilty, so I'm not going to write it down. No. You have to write it all down. You have to be able to acknowledge it all. And you want to be able to acknowledge it all because awareness is everything. And you're pulling off the mask, which is really important because you're actually not hiding from yourself. So get fully aware, acknowledge everything that makes you feel guilty. The second thing that I want you to do is accept that you feel guilty and the outcomes of these situations. Acceptance is huge. A lot of us actually try to avoid and escape the way that we feel. When we allow ourselves, when we accept that we feel this way, it's actually easier to let go and work through. It's when we try to avoid or try to pretend that we don't have these emotions that actually destroy us from being able to let go and move on. So accept that you feel guilty and accept the outcomes of these situations. And I say accept the outcomes of these situations because really it's the outcome that makes us feel guilty. And when we accept that, it puts us in a position to heal and let go, including the emotion, right? Because again, if we can accept the way that we feel, if we allow ourselves to feel the way that we feel, it's easier to work through and it's easier to let go. The third thing that I want you to do is embrace yourself. It's okay that you feel guilty. It's okay that you didn't do the right thing. We all learn from our mistakes. We all learn from our failures. This is all part of the journey, especially when you're learning to accept yourself, especially when you're healing, especially when you're letting things go. It is all part of the process. And embrace yourself anyway. Say, you know what? It's okay. You messed up. You feel guilty. It's cool. I've got you. We're going to work through this. We're going to let this go, and we're going to move forward, and the lesson has been learned. And then you can say to yourself, I wrote this down, I love you, I accept you, I embrace you. When you see this, it allows yourself to feel comforted in your own little bubble, in your own little world. You don't need anybody else to comfort you. So again, when you're embracing yourself, when you're acknowledging that you feel guilty, I want you to tell yourself, I love you, I accept you, I embrace you. And that just allows you to really feel comforted. As a recap on how you can accept yourself, even though you have these feelings of guilt, is to number one, acknowledge everything that makes you feel guilty. Awareness is everything. Take off the mask and figure out what it is that you're hiding from. The second thing that I want you to do is accept that you feel guilty. When you accept that you feel guilty, it will make working through guilt so much easier. And the third thing that I want you to do is embrace yourself anyway. It's okay, girl. I got your back. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter that that happened, but you've learned these lessons. We're going to move forward. We're not going to make the same mistakes. And I love you. I accept you and I embrace you so that you can move forward and let these things go. Dealing with guilt is not easy. It's just not an easy emotion. It sits on your heart. It weighs you down. When you are in a position to work through it and let it go, it releases from your body, you lose weight, you feel better, you have more energy. So letting go of guilt is very powerful. However, being able to accept yourself when you know that you carry this guilt is hard, right? That's why it's all about acknowledging, being aware, accepting, and embracing yourself so that you can move forward, so that you can let go. Sometimes this is difficult. Sometimes days are going to be really easy and some days are going to be really hard. But acceptance of yourself is going to be the thing that gets you through. It is going to be the thing that helps you get unstuck, helps you thrive, and helps you become unstoppable. And we all carry guilt. That is a universal emotion. And it is all about being able to let it go, work through it, and let it go. If you're truly struggling with this, there is information for you below so that you can get in contact with me so that I can really help you and work through it. This is one of the emotions that I do help my clients with, and they have seen some fantastic results from this. So please reach out to me if you feel like you need to be further supported with this. If you resonated with this video, please like, share, whatever. So just the things that we say sometimes, right? Please like, share, and subscribe. And leave comments below. Let me know what's going on. Again, I'm Angela. I'm the founder of AsFreeAsYouSee.com, where you come to the right place if you want to get unstuck, thrive, and become unstoppable. And I will see you in the next